What does a blank canvas have to do with relationships? I'm often asked this question of why I use creative processes in my heart coaching work and how relationships can be improved as a result. Well, the truth is that so many emotions come up when you're at the canvas that mirror those that you experience when you're confronted in a relationship. So what do I mean by confronted? Well, the Oxford Dictionary has many definitions of this, but for the purposes of this conversation, we're going to use just this one. Appear or be placed in front of someone so as to unsettle or to threaten. Synonyms: to challenge, to come face with, to halt. So feeling unsettled, threatened, challenged, or faced with any of these feelings is what often happens as a reaction to something new, to something difficult, or to some change. For example, the newness and the anticipation of a first date, or a difficult conversation, or the end of a relationship, or a blank canvas. All of these can feel really confrontational and in turn trigger a whole range of reactions, emotional, mental, and physiological. Reactions such as overwhelm, mistrust, anxiety, doubt, indecisiveness, anger, indignation, panic, a pounding heart, dry mouth, rosy cheeks, nausea, a loss of words, to name a few. Any of them sound familiar? And when you're faced with these feelings, you can try to suppress them and push them down. You can try to repress them or push them away, or you can oppress yourself or another by punishing and negatively impact your relationships. You're controlled by your emotions, and your automatic reactions can create regret later on. And over time, these unhelpful strategies just keep you stuck in an endless cycle. So one of these ways creativity and art can support you in being able to lead in your relationships. And if you're unsure what I mean by this, check out my YouTube video on becoming the leader in your relationship. One of the ways that we can do that is to surrender. Once you let go, you actually become bolder. I used to believe that letting go was for cowards, and I've been doing this heart coaching and relational work for long enough to know and to recognize that the blunter you become to the relationship signals, the more bruising and pain you get to experience. Ironically, letting go presents you with so many benefits: inner strength, wisdom, trust, and peace of mind. So what can happen when you're presented with a blank piece of paper or a canvas? And how does that relate to how it shows up in a relationship? Well, imagine this. There's like a whole range of ways it can present, but I'm just going to share with you like two extremes, if you will. So you're in front of a canvas. You've got your paintbrush, you're super excited, you dip your brush into the paint, and then you look at the canvas and all of a sudden there's like paralysis. You're timid, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then there's trepidation. And you're like, oh, am I going to make a mistake? Then there's doubt. And then like you want to get it perfectly and you try to control the situation and you're overthinking it. And then you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get this right. What will people think when it hangs up on my wall? And then you just become hyper vigilant of like, whoa, what is other people's reactions going to be? And then maybe you never even get started and you keep this whole painting idea to yourself and you don't say anything. And that's just one way that you could react to a blank canvas. Yes, it's an extreme, but I'm hoping you get the point. All of this paralysis, timidity, trepidation, doubt, perfectionism, control, all of that stuff shows up in your relationships when there are new situations and you're feeling confronted. Or you could actually have a completely polar opposite experience and reaction. So you've got the same canvas and you decide you're just going to jump right in, damn the torpedoes, make mistakes, keep pushing through, and then you're disappointed, and then you're disgusted, and you're irritable, and you just like aggressively throw it across the room. Of course, we got all kinds of reactions, everything in between, but those reactions are very similar to the ones that you will experience in relationships when you're confronted. So, one of my teachers once shared that art feels like the riskiest thing that you could do without actually dying. So by facing the canvas, the very things that you're confronted by in your relationships are revealed to you. You become more conscious of them, more aware of them. Any of the mistrust, the doubt, the fear, the anxiety, the perfectionism, the control, the overwhelm, all of it, the irritability, the aggressiveness, all of it. And it's an opportunity for you to surrender, to become bolder. Art offers a secure pathway to embrace risk without jeopardizing everything. So how do you do that surrender thing when it comes to using a canvas in art or creative processes? You get to slow down. Breathe. Feel into the feeling. Sense what are the physiological responses in your body. And you can add those into your canvas, the color, the texture, the shape. And you stay with it. You allow all the feelings and the sensations to run their course. And you keep putting it on the canvas. And you notice when you want to control the process, when you want to give up, when you want to toss it. And then you surrender and you keep going and you let go of the outcome. You let go of what it looks like. You let go of what people think. Because why? The process is the goal. And then you take your learnings and your insights and your awareness and everything that came to you through your work on the canvas into your relationships. So you meet the confrontations that you experience that in the past would have had you react in a particular way, and you meet those confrontations differently. And then you experience a different outcome. And each time that you bring yourself to a creative process, the next layer of your awareness and the next layer of your insight that you are ready for will reveal itself for you to act upon. Not sure how to go about this and feeling like you need some support? No worries. I have got you. I've actually created a summer weekend retreat just for you. It's called The Art of Relationship, Pathways to Expression. And in that retreat, you'll get to transform your unhelpful relationship cycles on canvas in a safe community. Think yoga pants and art supplies. And then you get to come home with greater relationship wisdom, greater sense of trust, greater sense of skill, and a greater sense of peace. Visit joelleyden.com to register, get information, and get started on doing the real work of real love. May love be your decision today and every day. Until the next time.